What's up guys, with our True Good Development. In this video, I'm refinishing kitchen cabinets in this house. This time, I'm using grain filler. Check it out. I'm gonna show you how to go from this to this. This is the kitchen that I'm dealing with. Old oak cabinets, little grainy, 1/16 or something like that grain. All right guys, this is what I'm using. 120 grit sand discs that I have on the rotary. So I'm just gonna scuff them real quick, just make sure all the dirt and grime, oils, whatever is off of them. Next step, clean them. And then we're gonna hit it with this grain filler, the Aquacoat. I got my credit card or my gift card here. By the way, Wawa, great coffee. This is not a sponsorship or anything like that. I just love their coffee. So I'm gonna use that. And then once that dries, according to the label, about 45 minutes or so, then we're gonna hit it with 320 grit paper. This is really smooth. Before we do another coat, it recommends 2 to 3 coats. But I think with this one, I could probably get away with 2 coats. We'll see, because the grain is not that deep. Read the instructions anyways before you do yours. So let's get to it. All right guys, now the sanding is complete. I'm basically going around with warm water and a sponge just to clean all that dust off before we apply the grain filler. Okay guys, off camera, I went ahead and applied 2 coats of the grain filler here. I'm gonna show you what I did. I just wanna show you so far what the difference looks like. I went ahead and applied so far 2 coats of the grain filler, only to the face. I didn't do anything to the stile and the rails, because those are usually 1x wood that's already milled and smoothed out. Usually these are a 1/4 inch Luan or whatever piece of wood that is rough. So that's the one that you really need to focus on. And this is only 2 coats, and I think I'm gonna settle for the 2 coats. Like I said, these are not super grainy. Now, this is the cabinet that I haven't touched at all. And I don't know if you can see here, but you can almost see the grain. You can see that one looks rougher. Okay. So far, I think I'm happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the cabinets. I'm gonna show you quickly what I did with this one, and I'll do the rest of the kitchen. According to the instructions, we want to use the grain filler against the grain. So like this. You see the direction of the grain, and we're going against it like that. Then you want to get all the excess the other way. So you go the side of the grain, or in the direction of the grain, I should say. As you're putting this in, you want to apply a good amount of pressure, not too much, but just good enough. And you just smother it right in there. And that's what I've been doing. And then I just come back and take it up like that. There you go. You could already see it. Look at that, right? Much better than what it was. This is only 1 coat. I'm gonna let this dry. And actually, I noticed that they dry in about 30 minutes. But anyways, the instructions tell you 45 minutes. And then you can sand it, hit it up with another coat. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this kitchen. Hey guys, just a quick tip for me. I'm actually filling the grain while the cabinet doors are on the cabinets. The reason why I did those 2 off like that is just to show you what it looks like, but it's much easier, or I shouldn't say easier, it saves you a lot of space to do them while the cabinet doors are up. All right guys, I finished my first coat of grain filler. In the meantime, between time, I took the countertops off and cleaned up, and here we go, 320 grit paper. And all you're doing is just lightly sanding it. Day 2, I have 2 coats of that Aquacoat on, and I just finished sanding and cleaned the cabinets again. I'm gonna skip a 3rd coat. These didn't have too deep of a grain, and honestly they feel super smooth to the touch. So next I'm gonna get the doors off and we're gonna prep for paint. I have another video detailing how to prep You can check the card on the top right. I'm gonna do it in this video here pretty quickly, but if you want more detail, check that out. Top cabinets are done. That's one coat. Guys, I'm using the Emerald cabinet paint and it's phenomenal. It's worth every dollar, honestly. I've used other paints like the Valspar cabinet and whatnot. This is my go-to. Okay guys, I got my first coat of paint on these doors and faces, and I want to show you the result. So check this out, right? So I still got some grain going on here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the grain filler again before I do my second coat of paint. This one has the biggest grains, or the most grains. So that cured, and I gave it a quick sanding with my 320 grit. It does feel smoother. I still feel a little bit of graininess. We'll see what it looks like after I hit it. It definitely filled in a lot more. A third coat would probably make this smooth just like this right here. But I think I'm okay with where it is. I gotta get this moving for me. But if this is your home project, I mean, you can put 5 coats on this thing if you want. It's just a matter of preference and what's the final look that you're going for. Hey guys, just a quick couple of notes on the Critter. If you've seen my other videos, that's my go-to siphon gun for finishing wood, especially when you have wood that has a lot of style and a lot of detail. Reason being is with the Critter, I can get close, maybe even as close as 6 or 8 inches to my surface, so I can get into those nooks and crannies. Something you cannot do with bigger spray machines like the Graco or the Titan. So I just wanted to note that about the Critter, and the overspray is so much less. The cleanup is a lot easier. In fact, there's almost no cleanup with this Critter tool. So again, just wanted to point out a couple of things in case you're wondering why I'm using the Critter to do what I'm doing. Okay guys, now it's on to the clear coat finish. This is my go-to. If you've seen any of my other videos, this is my go-to for finish. It's water-based, so I like it. It's easy to clean. I use the satin. It's just a preference. It comes in semi-gloss, I think, and matte. And all it is, it's a clear coat that protects your wood. So that's the color that it comes in. It's clear when it goes on, but if you overspray, then you're gonna see the white stuff. You do not want that. So I adjust my pressure here to 30, and I test it out. Just kind of like that. Let's get to it, and we'll get this done. I usually do 1 or 2 coats, depending on how what the coverage that I get. Sometimes I miss some spots, so a second coat is always recommended. But this goes on pretty fast. I usually do the bottoms first. If I do the tops and then I go to the bottom, then all that overspray will come right down on you while you're working. So I do the bottoms, then I go to do the top. Okay guys, so in my excitement to get this project wrapped up, I completely forgot to shoot footage of the last part of it. But I do have these pictures and I wanted to share with you so you can see the kitchen looks 1,000 times better than it was. The grain filler worked great, although in hindsight I would have done 3 coats of it. And there you have it, guys. Again, sorry I missed that footage, but I hope what I put out there helped you kind of visualize how the whole project came together. Look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put out another video where I'm gonna use 3 different methods to fill in the grain. So sub to the channel, that way you don't miss that video when it comes out. But also, I want you to comment and let me know which method you think is best, or if you've tried any of these methods before. All right, guys, see you on the next one.